Happy holidays. I am Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall to talk about New England at Indianapolis. I'm not in the mood. I'm channeling my inner Bill Belichick. Let's talk about this game. Hang here, and we'll be right back. Not answering any questions at this time. Hey, and you're back. Guess what? That was a joke. We're just having fun here. I'm Chris Robin, aka at Detroit Beastie, here with Team Rise or Fall to talk about the New England Patriots heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And as you can see, I have a hoodie that it's cut off sleeve. So I figured, you know what? That's kind of a weird Bill Belichick kind of thing. And we are talking about the Patriots. So let's play a little role for the first like 5 or 10 second opening of the video. But I can't, be rude or mean for too long. And I love it, right? Christmas is here. I put the Christmas tree up in the background. The Swift jersey is hanging there. My winged wheel, my Detroit Red Wings jersey is there. You know the deal. Detroit Beastie, where I live, where I'm from. Let's talk about the game, but let's first talk about Rise or Fall. Like, share, and subscribe to this video, all of that jazz. And make sure you use promo code NBA. You're going to get 33% off your first month of premium service. And again, it was a Cyber Monday thing. Then it was a Black Friday thing. Now it's just a whole month of December thing because it's Christmas. It's the holidays, Santa, if you're into that kind of thing. But I have a weird feeling. I mean, if you know Mitch like I do, you just know this guy, he's just a good dude. Right? So I could see this going on well into January as a New Year deal. And then February, it'll be a Valentine's thing. In March, it'll be St. Patrick's Day. So every month of the year, we're going to have the sale. In April, if anybody's listening, Mitch involved, it's my birthday month in April. So maybe we can do the 33% off for Detroit Beastie's birthday. Okay, let's talk about this game here. So as it stands now, this one is Saturday. This was the later game on Saturday. And first, it was supposed to be the Raiders and Browns. That one has since been not canceled, but it's been moved to, I believe, Monday night. We're going to get a doubleheader Monday night, and we have a doubleheader on Tuesday. I know it's weird. It's the holidays, so maybe it's a thing where it's December. More is more, right, as they say. I think they say. If not, I made it up. But this game right now, the over-under sits at 45. I believe that's where it opened. Right now, at this moment in time, it's been bumped up just a half a point here, and rightfully so, because these two teams it's going to be fantastic. So let's talk about it. As you'll see after this video, these are my notes per usual. I have green highlighter. I have a little bit of blue in there, and each one means a different thing. I might have to start adding a legend at the bottom of my notes. Blue means this, green means watch out, pink means part of my core here. But when it comes to this game, let's start with Mac Jones. Patriots at Indianapolis. Indianapolis is 15th overall in terms of DVP and defending opposing quarterbacks here. Mac Jones, 13 grand on FanDuel, only $9,800 on Draftkings. If you want Mac in your captain spot or MVP spot, which I advise against here, regardless, he's $14,700. I have Mac for a nice, professional kind of game here. 23 completions, around 220 yards, couple carries. This kid will take off and run to move the sticks when he sees it coming, and a touchdown pass. I know, maybe I'm not saying that I'm off my game here, but I see other spots in this one where you're going to want to move all your chips in here. Jonathan Taylor, but I digress. Let's talk about Carson Wentz briefly. Indianapolis playing New England. New England's first overall against opposing quarterbacks. So again, I can't in my right mind recommend Carson Wentz whatsoever, but you came here to get some info, so I'll tell you. Wentz, 14 grand on FanDuel, $10,000 on DraftKings, and he's $15,000 in the captain spot on DraftKings. That might be crazy, but crazy is good in my world in terms of DFS, but there's just no flipping way I want Carson Wentz in my MVP spot or captain spot on DraftKings. You're looking at 20 completions, almost identical to Mac Jones here. I know I say that a lot in these videos, but it makes sense. How many times have you watched a football game and then at the end of it, you're like, oh, both quarterbacks had similar stat lines, or both running backs had similar stat lines? I've noticed a lot of folks when they make player projections like this, nobody talks that way. They go, well, Mac Jones is going to have 500 yards and Carson's going to have 2, and there's going to be a huge difference here. No, Mac and Carson are going to have very identical games, close to it at least in this one. As I said, 20 completions, about 215 in the air, a touchdown pass, couple carries for about 15 yards in this one. As we move on, the meat of this video and the meat of this game all lies within the running backs here. Ramondre Stevenson, the ground and pound, because Damian Harris is inactive for this game. Damian Harris is out, as I've said. So Ramondre Stevenson in Indianapolis. The Colts are awesome. They're 4th overall against opposing running backs. And you got Darius Leonard running around sideline to sideline. He'll put a couple hits on Stevenson here. But Ramondre, $12,000 on FanDuel, $8,200 on DraftKings. He's the running back I want in this one. You're looking at 15, maybe even 17 carries in this one, 70 to 80 yards. I do think he finds the end zone on the ground. It's only right. And you're looking at 3 or 4 receptions for another 15 to 20 yards here. But now we get to the main event, and that's easy peasy. I whispered into the microphone not too long ago. It's Jonathan Taylor. It's always Jonathan Taylor, and it's going to be Jonathan Taylor here tonight against the Patriots, who are 15th overall in terms of DVP, and we move on. Jonathan Taylor, $17,500 on FanDuel. I would pay $25K for JT tonight on FanDuel. And on DraftKings, only $12,800. So you're getting a little deal there on DraftKings. Jonathan Taylor, I have him for 22, 23 carries in this one. You're looking at about $110 in terms of total yardage on the ground here. And then receptions, 3-4 receptions, another 25 to 30 yards here. And look, he will find the end zone, right, on the ground, rushing. But to me, can he find the end zone in the air as a reception? Or if it's just on the ground, how many can this guy accumulate tonight on Saturday night? Regardless, Jonathan Taylor is my captain. Jonathan Taylor is my MVP spot. And look, I know you come here for not like outlandish takes, but you just come here for a different outlook here. And I'm here to tell you, there's no other way to go in this game from MVP than Jonathan Taylor. Maybe a little pinch of Ramondre Stevenson, but that's about it. And, after this portion, the rest of the video is kind of blah, right? Stevenson, Jonathan Taylor, outstanding. Let's talk about Brandon Bolden just in passing because Damian Harris is out. I would expect, Bolden to get a couple looks here, 3-4 carries, 3 maybe 4 receptions in here, and then even Nyheim Hines, a nice little secondary play. And when you look at this, if we're going to fade both quarterbacks, we can really stack this thing up. We can get Stevenson, Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, and Brandon Bolden in our lineups and still have enough left over for a guy like Michael Pittman here. So this game is perfect for what I'm trying. This game is perfect if you don't have a limit on what you're willing to spend here for DFS purposes. Kendrick Bourne, Jacoby Myers, Nelson Aguilar, Keneal Harry, why bother with him? But of those wide receivers, you're looking at Myers at 7 targets, 4 receptions, 55, 60 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 5-6 targets, 4 receptions, 50 yards. I will say, I have a feeling Kendrick Bourne might get a carry or two, and that's where he'll differentiate himself from the other New England Patriots wide receivers. When we move on to the Colts, Michael Pittman, it's always about Michael Pittman after Jonathan Taylor, right? Michael Pittman playing the Patriots, who are 5th overall against opposing wide receivers, but Michael Pittman Jr. has he elevated himself yet into stud status? I would say no, but we're close there. It's going to take 1 or 2 more games, and maybe he shows up and shows out in the playoffs. If he does, I'm here for it. Michael Pittman Jr., 11.5 on FanDuel, $10,400 on DraftKings, 8-9 targets, 5-6 receptions, 75 to 85 yards. And will he catch that one pass from Carson Wentz? More than likely, yes. And the other wide receivers, T.Y. Hilton, why bother? Gag me with Hilton. Zach Pascal, Ashton Doolin, not too much going on there. I got Pascal for 5 targets, maybe 2-3 receptions, nothing crazy. But when we talk about the tight ends here, you know my affinity for, stacking the tight ends in a single game slate, and rightfully so. And it has nothing to do with Jack Doyle or Mo Alley Cox, not even on my radar here. Realistically, I love both Patriots tight ends here, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. And you look at Hunter Henry against the Colts, who are 27th in terms of DVP. That's why I think we can get away with stacking both of the Pats tight ends here. Hunter Henry, 10.5 on FanDuel, only $6,400 on DraftKings. Jonnu Smith, $6,000 on FanDuel. FanDuel. Only $2,400 on DraftKings. It's too easy. It's like they're begging us to play both of these guys on all formats. Hunter Henry, 4 targets, 3, maybe 4 receptions in this one, 30, 40 yards. And then Jonnu Smith, almost the same thing. 3, 4 targets, 2, 3 receptions, 25, maybe 30 yards. And much like Kendrick Bourne, I have a feeling Jonnu Smith has some sort of carry here. They manufacture maybe a play or two for Jonnu Smith. That's why I love both of them. If you're going to build several lines in a multi-entry GPP, obviously Jonathan Taylor and Ramondre Stevenson they're the belle of the ball here. But in a multi-entry GPP, as I was saying, if you want to get a little weird, get a little different, build one with Hunter Henry at MVP and captain. If you want to get even weirder, make one with Jonnu Smith at the captain and MVP spot. But just make sure whichever one is in the MVP spot, the other one is in the flex and vice versa. I might need to coin that or put a patent on that one. I love stacking tight ends on single game slates here. And when we get to the kickers, nothing crazy. Nick Folk looking at 2 for 3 extra points, yes, and 2 for 3 field goals. Sorry, it's wild to me. And you're looking at 2 for 3 field goals. 2 for 2 extra points here. See what happens? I put so much of myself into the beginning of the broadcast here. When we get to the kickers, it's like I'm out. You got to wind me back up again. But Michael Bagley, same thing. $9,000 on FanDuel, $4,000 on DraftKings, 1 for 1 on field goals, 3 for 3 for extra points. Of the defenses, it's strange to me given the fact that I just spent 10 minutes, telling everybody you got this offense, running back, tight end here. But when both defenses here, the Patriots, $4,600 on DraftKings, the Colts, $3,600 on DraftKings. I have them both for around 2 sacks each with an interception here. Nothing crazy. Obviously, I would prefer, gun to my head here, I would prefer the Patriots, given the fact when you look through their DVP here, they're very well at several positional plays here. So to me, it's the Patriots. If you want to do that, some betting trends, and I'll get you the heck out of here. New England Patriots, they're 7-0 against the spread their last 7 games. Indianapolis, 7-3 against the spread their last 10. So you look, the last 17 games from both teams, they're 14-3 against the spread. That goes without saying that we might need to look at what the spread is here, and it's the Indianapolis Colts -2. That's the way I'm leaning. My final score here, boys and girls, I think the Colts pull this one off, 24-20. There's going to be plenty of fireworks, plenty of action, and it's going to be, by all intents and purposes, old school football. Ground and pound with Jonathan Taylor. And guess what? We're all going to be watching. It's the only game on a Saturday night in mid-December. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Make sure you go to Team Rise or Fall, like and share, and subscribe. Use promo code NBA. You can see it right in front of you. You're going to get 33% off all your premium services for your first month if you are a new member. If not, just message Mitch. He'll probably do something for you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. He's going to get inundated with phone calls and messages here. But enough with that. Thank you for being here. Let's get together the same time for Sunday Night Football. And then guess what? I got a video for both Monday Night Football games. I got a video for both Tuesday Night Football games. So we're going to do a lot of work together. We're going to be seeing a lot of each other in the next 3 or 4 days here. So until I see you Sunday night, be good and enjoy your weekend. I'll talk to you. Bye.